are depending on you. We don't have time." "We'll turn it off the second you say so," Bentley promised, and they dumped the groceries they were carrying on the first horizontal surface they could find and rushed into the living room to turn on the Xbox. "Mom?" Dallas prodded. "What?" She gave his hand an affectionate squeeze before disengaging so that she could set her purse aside and put away the food. Dallas could hear his brothers negotiating which video game to play, since they didn't have time for the one they'd initially planned. Ayanna, Bentley, and Liam had met him for breakfast as he came into town from Las Vegas, where he lived in the months he wasn't rock climbing. They'd expected to go directly from there to Santa Barbara so that he and his brothers could be fitted for tuxedos. Ayanna's wedding was on the 19th, and every one of her 8 adopted sons would be in the line. But the tuxedo place had called while they were eating and asked to reschedule for later in the day, so they'd done the weekly grocery shopping before they left town instead of waiting until they were on their way home. "What's the deal?" Confusion showed on Ayanna's face, so he clarified. "Emery Bliss was in the kitchen when I came in." He didn't mention that she'd been wearing nothing except a faded Van Halen t-shirt and a pair of bikini briefs. It was obvious she hadn't planned for anyone to walk in. "Oh, you saw her?" "Yes, I saw her." Emery's long blonde hair had been mussed, as though she'd only recently climbed out of bed, and she hadn't been wearing makeup, so it wasn't only her state of undress that led him to believe she was staying at the house. "It looked to me as though she's living here." "She is," Ayanna said simply, and went back to unloading the groceries. His mother didn't volunteer the reason. She made him ask. "Why?" "Why not?" she countered. "Your wedding is less than 2 weeks away, for one." She waved off his words. "It'll be fine. You'll all be here. But Elijah and Gavin have their own houses these days. It won't get crowded until the twins and Seth come home on the 18th. Even then, we should have plenty of room." "I wasn't claiming there wouldn't be enough room, just that we'll be busy. We've a lot going on," he added to shore up his argument. A playful gleam entered her eyes. "What's the matter? Does having her here make you uncomfortable?" As innocent as his encounter with Emery had been, he wouldn't soon forget seeing her ass in those panties. He knew that much. He tilted his head and narrowed his eyes. "Don't start with that." "With what?" "You know what. I don't need you playing matchmaker." He'd wanted to take Emery to senior ball back in the day, and Ayanna knew that because she'd tried to help him come up with a clever way of inviting her. But even with his mother's encouragement and the ideas they'd tossed around, he'd never gathered the nerve. He couldn't imagine a wealthy girl from Topa Topa Academy, a private school known for providing an elite education, would care to be seen with one of the bad boys from New Horizons. He couldn't imagine her parents would be pleased to have her go out with him either. And during the time he was dithering back and forth, she accepted an invitation to attend the public school's prom with the best player on the McGregor football team, the running back who was now in the pros. The McGregor prom was the night before New Horizons senior ball, so while the events didn't directly conflict, he decided to spare her the trouble of trying to decide whether to attend 2 formal dances on the same weekend. There was no way he could follow a local hero. She'd be taking a huge step down. Considering everything, he figured he'd saved himself some rejection by not asking her out 10 years ago. "I'm not playing matchmaker," she said. "I admit that I like Emery. She's a lovely person, and I wouldn't mind if you were to finally fall in love." "Finally?" He broke in. "I'm only 29. She closed the refrigerator after putting away the bacon. "Someone has to get hold of you, get you to change your focus and settle down before you kill yourself. The idea of you rock climbing without any safety gear, any ropes?" She shook her head. "It keeps me up at night. But having Emery here has nothing to do with you. That poor girl. I'm just providing a safe haven for her until after the holidays." "Why would she need a safe haven?" Emery's father, a plastic surgeon, was rumored to have patients who were famous. He made a lot of money. On top of that, Emery had been smart, popular, and pretty. What could possibly have gone wrong when she was starting out with everything in her favor? His mother pulled a tub of mayonnaise from one of the bags and opened the fridge again.